Hi, I'm Dave Barnes.
And I'm John McLaughlin.
And welcome to Dadville.
Dadville is a podcast where we talk about life, love, and the pursuit of awesome dadding.
It's funny thoughts and deep talks.
So please, enjoy your time here in Dadville and enjoy this episode with...
Stephen James. We decided to go ahead and start. Stephen just literally just walked in the room.
Hey, y'all.
And... because
I
know
so much better on your headphones than I do my iPhone.
Yeah, no, that's the truth. But you tend toward profundity, and so I knew that if we don't mic you, we're gonna lose profundity.
Is that a compliment or just an observation?
I'm gonna let you run with it as you want. That's sort of a you tell me how that makes you feel thing. But I have an intro for you.
Oh God!
And I'm actually pretty proud of this.
Okay.
Dave Barnes was born.
Yeah, you know me too well, John. Both of you know me too well. Okay, today on Dadville, we're sitting with a guy who spent his life helping people lead with purpose and heart, Stephen James. Stephen is the founder and principal of Counsel Leadership, where he helps leaders navigate both personal and organizational transformation. He's also the creator and CEO of the Leadership Lab, an organization built around helping professionals and entrepreneurs. Boy, it shows my education.
So Leadership Lab is now Counsel Leadership. We just rebranded.
Oh, nice.
So
okay.
So you kind of got that right.
Yeah, that's
Dave GPT didn't.
Yeah, I missed on
great
that
job.
one.
Yeah.
I missed on that one. Okay. Through the Leadership Lab, which now is Counsel Leadership, he takes groups on unforgettable leadership intensives to places like Iceland.
Oh, yeah, we've done that.
The Grand Canyon.
Portugal.
Yep. Where adventure meets reflection and growth.
That's really good.
He's also the founder and executive director of Sage Hill Counseling here in Nashville, where he grew from one office into 4 centers.
No longer the executive director.
Gosh, man, my intel's so bad.
Yeah.
What are you there?
I was founder and partner now.
Partner.
Yeah.
Okay. Before all that, he spent nearly 2 decades as a licensed professional counselor, working with everyone from pro athletes and recording artists to military leaders and CEOs.
That's all true.
Okay, good. Stephen brings over 25 years of experience in entrepreneurship and leadership, and his work blends neuroscience, psychology, philosophy, and theology, all aimed at helping people become the best version of themselves so they can better serve others.
I love that last part. That's very true.
He's also a best-selling author with books like Wild Things, The Art of Nurturing Boys, Parenting with Heart, and his latest, The Wisdom Within, The Ancient Alchemy of Leadership, which came out in February.
It did come out in February. Yeah, it's. I've been to bring y'all a copy, but I was late coming, so I didn't go by the office to get y'all copies. I'm really sorry. You can get that on Amazon or all those places.
And so here we are, Stephen James.
Here we are. Second time.
How many people have gotten to do it more than once? Gotten to do Dadville more than once?
Hardly any. I mean, we've had some repeat guests, but none that we asked for. You know what I mean?
They just walk in.
They just keep
They just come
back.
in the studio.
Yeah.
They know our address now.
You're on Fridays. I'll be there.
They sort of walk into the backyard holding a book and just sort of, we know, okay, we got another one.
And it's always a Stephen James book.
It is.
Wow, that would be awesome.
It's the ones you forget.
Every time. But we were talking, it's been, I mean, your episode came out
July of 25. Yeah.
5 and change. But that conversation happened actually like 7 years ago.
Wow.
Which is crazy.
Because y'all banked it and then released it? Okay.
We kind of did like a round of interviews, those first ones, and then sort of paused to sort of put the podcast together.
Yeah.
You know, and because we started working with Annie, and
yeah.
that sounds fun, sort of immediately.
Yeah.
And so they were like, "Hey, don't release anything," because obviously we'd love to release it. So it was like we kind of had all this
that's great
backlog of stuff.
But I was listening to it this morning, which says a lot because it's so hard for me it's like listening to my own voice speak is so hard. But it had been so long, and I remember that episode being really impactful. I mean, when we talk about the things that we've learned from doing this for 7 years now, you said a couple things in that episode that are like on the short list of things that I think about daily. I don't remember.
Okay.
No, okay.
One of them was, "That's a great point, Dave." I use that one a lot.
Yeah. It was. I was in a totally different phase of parenting back then.
Yeah.
My oldest was we had just gone to like kindergarten orientation.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
And there was
That's
a meeting.
Big transition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there was a meeting that was happening where like the kids went out to the field to play and the parents are inside and I'm trying to pay attention. And I just kept looking over at my daughter, Luca, because I'm like, is she making friends? How is she getting along with these kids? How's she doing? And she was playing by herself most of the time. And I was so worried about that.
Yeah.
And you were like, okay, that's 100% your problem. That's not. Your daughter is totally fine.
And what's still true is all of your problems are 100% your problem.
Yeah.
Never your kid's problem.
And I got to say, I mean, that was a huge it was like you came over to me and like turned my head and was like, no, look at it this way. And that's the way I've been looking at it ever since. And it's been really, really helpful.
They are the gift that keeps on giving, aren't they? Yeah. That's good.
It's
that's awesome.
Sometimes the gift explodes. You know what I mean? It's like those. We've been talking about those videos that have been popping up my feed of like, I don't know if you've seen these where they're doing compilations now of people that will put Amazon boxes on their front porch because they know people are stealing from them, and they'll put either like small explosives or like paint explosives,
like vigilante stuff,
because they keep getting their stuff, and they'll on their Ring cameras or Nest or whatever, and there's just these compilations that are so funny to watch because these people grab and then just blue paint explodes and then they're livid.
They're so mad.
They
lawyer up.
They lawyer up.
Well, that's America.
Yeah.
They get it great again.
Well, but then, so I was going to say, then the other one, which we talk about all the time, which I told you at the party when I saw you about a month ago, is you can only take your kids as far as you've gone yourself.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And that has been I would say on Dadville, if there's like a few tenets of things that we talk about, and I would say live by, that's one of them. I mean, that is.
And what I'm learning now is they just keep dragging me forward in my own story.
And dragging. Like,
I don't want to grow anymore. I was done growing.
Yes.
Don't ask any more of me.
So in 7 years, I mean, this is the monstrous question, but like, what are the biggest differences in Stephen James 7 years ago and Stephen James now? Because that's a lot of time.
Gosh, so much has changed and so little's different.
Wow.
That's the name of our title, by the way, Jason.
I'm no longer a licensed therapist, so I've retired my license from that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's new. I'm not like, it's like, I'm no longer a therapist, but I think as I continue to grow and evolve and like discover more, that frame is a really helpful frame. Like therapy I'm still an owner of a counseling center, right? Like I really believe in that. It's also really limited in that it requires two things. It requires the person going for help and the person offering the help to agree that something's wrong with you. Right? And there are things. We get stuck in places, or we have trauma, or we caught in addiction, and there's something's wrong, right? But I found that the conversations happening in those spaces were like not big enough for me.
Wow.
You know? And there's a whole lot more going on in the human experience and the human story than what's wrong with me. And so I needed to just kind of keep moving forward in that. And, so I'm not a therapist anymore. That's new.
So I know this is like the simplest of questions, but so that means you're not meeting with people one-on-one in a way that where they're going, hey, I need help walking through this in a professional sense,
or
something where they're paying you for it or something?
It's more like bigger story around, like most of my time is spent running a company called Council Leadership, where we work with leaders and their organizations to be awesome.
Wow.
Right? And obviously I'm bringing a background of like psychology, human performance, like spiritual truth. But it's a very, like, we've been working with Vanderbilt football for 5 years, right? And it's kind of like, how do you rebuild a broken culture?
Yeah.
Right? And
God, that seems to be working, by the way.
Yeah, I was
right now.
Say.
Get this out before the Texas game this weekend. Like,
get
the podcast
I feel good. I feel good, man.
I do
think
too.
That's a win.
I feel really good. Can
I just say too that I can't tell you how much I love those guys.
Oh yeah,
like that, because with the Covenant shooting, Clark Lee,
he's amazing,
and that whole Vandy kind of athletics in general, but the football team could not have. I mean,
just
he came to the school like numerous times.
Yeah,
would come to chapels. He would.
Yeah,
and bring players. I mean,
he is the real deal.
Good gracious.
He happens to also be a really good football coach.
Yeah, that's
but he's the real deal human that is learning. And one day down the road, he will probably look back and speak to all the ways he's evolved in the last 5 years. Like who he is now is not who he was 5 years ago when he took the job, right? And like what a commentary on what maturity is, right?
It's
like
incredible.
to not hold on to my life too tightly.
Yeah.
So I work with people like Clark, both in mostly in Nashville, Tennessee, Middle Tennessee, that are closely held businesses or high impact nonprofits that are trying to make a difference. And I've got partners and a team, and we have a building. Like I say, we're a people, we're a place, we're a practice. That's what we're trying to do.
That's cool.
We believe leadership is a practice, not a class. It's something you're always practicing, like parenting.
Yeah.
You never get really good at it. And so I've taken all that I've done from a counseling standpoint, and I've kind of taken it to a broader conversation. And but I've been doing that like 8 years, so now I'm starting to think about like, well, I really can't do anything longer than 8 to 10 years. But I think this is a big enough field for me to play in for a long time.
Okay, can I ask you something to that point? Do you think that's like a Stephen thing, or do you think that's a human thing?
I don't know, Dave. I know for me, I'm really good at seeing and like envisioning, and I think I've got some natural ability in that. I also grew up in an environment where the truth wasn't obvious. Like what I saw wasn't what was real, and I just intuitively learned to look around corners, and it felt like I was in an emotional house of mirrors growing up. Wow. And I think that did a lot to make me a good writer, to make me a good therapist, to make me a good consultant, to make me lots of things I do like come out of early adaptive behaviors. And so part of that is I'm always adapting. Like I'm always reading, I'm always learning, I'm always growing. And some of my growth now is like to not grow. It's really I
love that. That's a great way to
how
say
can
it.
I just be?
Settle.
Yeah. Can I just be?
Yeah.
And that's been a whole journey the last couple of years for me personally is what does it mean to be like isness would be a phrase that I'm into. So it's like I can get way deep into that.
No, that's great.
I mean, how do you, let's just pause on that for a second. Like, how do you even do that? What are some like, I guess sort of like if we're equating it to like an exercise or training or something like that,
it is.
What's
it's
like a workout that you do?
Yeah, because it is like a workout because if you if I go to the gym 3 times a year, like it's like, well, that's real. I'm really sore. I really did something. You actually did nothing,
right?
You hurt yourself, and you feel. And so the disciplines of self-awareness, the disciplines of compassion, the disciplines of like spiritual attunement, like there are practices, right? I list them. Everybody knows what they are. But until everything stopped, everything that was working for me stopped working, I wasn't really open to them, you know? So that I tend to spend a good amount of time in like prayer and meditation these days. And then that's me not talking. Like I'm not babbling about my needs and anxieties. It really is finding a still, small, quiet joy that already exists in my amness and trying to tune myself to the I amness that is me and live from that place.
Do you find that you can get into a rhythm with that practice? Yeah. Or is it also, you never want to do it every time?
I have found, so probably 2 years ago, I could do it for like whatever, air quotes, for like 5 minutes. Right. And then my mind starts bouncing.
Yeah.
So inside the 5 minutes, I was probably like present for like 8 seconds.
Yeah.
I've been doing there's a lot of practice of being quiet, being still. I call it being more like Dane Anthony. I don't know if y'all know Dane Anthony. He's a friend of mine. He's a colleague of mine, a friend. And Dane is one of the wisest, gentlest, calmest, chillest, strongest men I've ever met. And it's like he says things like, well, it only took you 52 years, Stephen, to find quiet. It's like, screw you, Dane. It's things like that. He's like, but I've been working with him for 20 years, and I've gotten to see a whole other style of relating that's not like an Enneagram 8 style of relating, you know?
Yeah.
And I've learned a lot about the Enneagram in the last few years that's different than what I thought it was. And I ran into a teacher that was talking about. So okay, if I just riff on this stuff?
Go,
okay.
no, please.
Okay, you ask a question. It's like I'm gonna go all the way around the world to answer your question. I'll even go back further. So, like,
hey, your answer doesn't have to be productive.
Thank you.
It can just
be. Thanks,
Come
dude.
on.
Oh, you're yeah. I've been in individual therapy or group therapy for 20 years, like plus. I've been working on myself, trying to be a better version of myself, trying to be what I'm made to be in the world. Very thoughtfully, with a ton of conscientiousness and integrity for a long time. On that path, most recently, this last version of my story, I ran into some teaching about the Enneagram that talked about, like, there's lots of different versions of the Enneagram, not just the one we're familiar with. Throughout history, this 9-sided thing shows up, and this guy was like, if that's true, then like we need to look underneath it. And this book talked about like whatever type we are is actually the characteristic of the divine that we're most disconnected from. So as an 8, my hunt for truth, my hunt for justice and challenging the status quo is all because I'm disconnected from truth.
Yeah.
Other people, like, truth is truth, right? Like,
Right.
Holy cow.
And it was like, oh, that makes the most sense. And so
Yeah.
he talks about this 9-sided diamond,
Wow.
and
Jeez.
that each facet of the diamond is a different characteristic of the divine, and that like this diamond approach allows us to go, man, I'm disconnected from truth. What are you disconnected from? Perfection? Because I don't worry. Like I see perfection in all the broken things. I think that's actually beautiful, right? And that really freed me up to start playing with my identity and my like what's my identity? What's my story? In a different way. And so it kind of got me into this thing that's where it's like I am, and then whatever I say after I am is just a temporary state. It's all temporary.
Yeah.
So all of that changes. Like, I am alive, that will change.
Yeah.
Right? Let's start with that.
Yeah.
I am a man. Well, if I'm dead, I'm not a man. I'm a father. That changes. I'm a son. All that. I'm happy. I am sad. All those things are temporary. And so, and they're not, and I would not say those are bad things. Those are just temporary categories that we're living through. Well, what is the permanent? The I amness. And so if I can like get in touch with my awareness of my I amness, then maybe I can hold the temporary differently. I can interact with the temporary differently.
Yeah.
And I don't have to hold on so tight. I don't have to
Right.
be so productive. I don't have to, I don't have to do anything. There's no have to.
Yeah.
You know, and so that's been that isness, which does start with my day with exercise, meditation, prayer, journaling, learning, and it takes me about 4 hours. Like it's ridiculous.
Wow.
Yeah, like I don't do it every day. Like I want to do it every day.
Yeah.
And then this morning I slept in.
Yeah.
Right? You know, and so it's like, ooh, I went to bed later than I thought. So it all starts with going to bed.
Yeah,
that was
yeah.
another huge thing. This Oura ring that I've been wearing now for 3 years, I got to go to bed like between 8:30 and 9 to actually
Get the other.
yeah, which means
Right.
like I guess I can't drink that much alcohol anymore because like you can't sleep, you get bad.
Right.
It's like my doctor did say, well, if you're gonna drink before 4. He's like
You're like
really,
every country
He's
song.
like for your health, day drinking's actually better, is what my doctor says. Like, oh, okay, let's day drink.
Can you write that on
Now, what I'm
slip?
hearing you say, I just want to be really clear. What I'm hearing you say,
Yeah, and so it's like it's just the idea of like I'm gonna sleep,
Yeah.
and to think about we're the most of what we are when we're in our deepest sleep. We're the
Okay.
most I amness when we're not even dreaming, because that's like production. Just being in our deepest sleep, the most unconscious to our own lives, is the deepest sense of our own I amness. Before we do anything, I am
because we haven't taken on.
any form.
Yeah.
We're just boom. And that lines up, like my spiritual tradition is Christianity. My personal mission is to help people find their way home on the way. Like, and if you're in that tradition, you know what the way means. But that's also true. Like that goes like all kinds of places of the I amness, you know. And so it's made my spirituality, like, gosh, so much richer.
Yeah.
It's led me into some weird places and weird experiences over the last couple of years.
What a great comment.
You know,
that's so
it's
good.
just I'm not, you know, I don't know. I've got one of my sons right now just turned 23, and he's doing 23 so good. Like he knows the answers, and he is smart, and he is right. And Heather reminded me last night, oh, God, you were the same way when we got married. I was like, oh, I so was. And now, like, I know so little.
Guys, you know what? 2026 is the year you launch your business. Mark my words, the year you transform into an entrepreneur, a founder, the boss, you know, and the boss power move you can make is to start a business with Shopify. Shopify gives you everything you need to sell online and in person. Millions of entrepreneurs have already made this leap, from household names to first-time business owners just getting started. Shopify gives you all the tools to easily build your dream store. Choose from hundreds of beautiful templates that you can customize to match your brand. Setup is fast with Shopify's built-in AI tools that write product descriptions and headlines and help you edit product photos. That's right. It's like magic. Marketing is built in too, with email and social campaigns that reach customers wherever they scroll. As you grow, Shopify grows with you. Handle more orders, expand to new markets, and do it all from the same dashboard. In 2026, mark my words, you stop waiting and start selling with Shopify. Sign up for your $1 per month trial period and start selling today at shopify.com/dadville. Go to shopify.com/dadville. That's shopify.com/dadville. Hear your first this new year with Shopify by your side. Hey everybody, you know, it's a new year, and chances are, wherever you are, the days are cold. This is the moment when your winter wardrobe really has to deliver. And if you're craving a winter reset, start with pieces made to last season after season with Quince. Now, Quince brings together premium materials, thoughtful design, and enduring quality, so you stay warm, you look sharp, and you feel your best all winter long. Quince just has everything you need this winter, like men's Mongolian cashmere sweaters. I'm literally wearing one right now, and I love it. Wool coats, leather and suede outerwear that hold up to daily wear and still look great. Each piece is made from premium materials by trusted factories that meet rigorous standards for craftsmanship and ethical production. By cutting out the middlemen and traditional markups, Quince delivers the same quality as luxury brands at a fraction of the price. The result is classic styles you'll love that hold up year after year. Now, I mentioned the Mongolian cashmere, but you know what my favorite is right now? I think it's the beautiful Italian wool chore jacket in cadet blue. I mean, only $150, and it looks amazing, even though I wear it every single day. So refresh your winter wardrobe with Quince. Go to quince.com/dadville for free shipping on your order and 365-day returns, y'all. Can't believe it. Now available in Canada too. That's QUINCE.com/dadville. Free shipping and 365-day returns. Quince.com/dadville.
There is something that's so crazy about the Christian journey. I had this conversation with a friend of mine this morning, where it is like when you realize what Jesus is calling us to do, where we get smaller and he gets bigger. It's like you're saying that sleep state. It's so funny you said that, because it really is sort of the target is to just be as the least amount of ourselves to then be imbued by a spirit where he can be.
Well, okay, we're going to do this. Let's do it. He even said, like, hey, I'm gonna check out stage right and send something greater.
Yeah.
It ain't even about me.
Yeah.
It's about this indwellingness of beingness.
Yeah.
The beingness of God is going to dwell in you.
Yeah.
So, but I got to get out of the way, or you're going to think it's me. Like, it's such a cool move.
It's a master chess.
It's like,
move.
I'm not even playing y'all's game.
Yeah.
You know?
So let me ask you this, because I've been thinking about this so much in these last 2 or 3 weeks around identity, and I think something that God has really, really been working with me on is, I think I've realized how much of my life I have identified with what I do.
Oh, yeah.
And kind of how...
You just signed the new publishing deal I saw on the
internet. I know. So I'm just doubling down on that whole ideology. You
got to pay the bills.
You like me.
You still have to
really
eat.
Like me.
You still got to eat.
You still got to eat.
Yeah.
But so how... What I've been thinking about, I don't know if you know Jamie Winship is, but I've been reading a bunch of his stuff.
What a good name, though.
It's great. He's got the craziest stories I've ever heard, probably from a white believing man. It's just not like grew up in Africa, but like an American dude telling Holy Spirit stories. It's crazy.
Oh, yeah.
But now he does this thing around identity. That's really what is sort of, and they do. It's really similar to y'all. It's Christian owned, but they do a lot of business stuff. But they do workshops, and it's really cool hearing him talk about it, because I think what I realized and listening to him and some of these podcasts is I'm not doing that. Like my identity is in all these things that can fail me and have, and so then I've failed. And I think what the work that I'm trying to do right now is to know who God made me, like what is the identity of himself in me that's particular to me? Like how do I move through the world in a way?
Yeah.
And it's been transformative, because it's like I've just been unlinking myself to these things that keep failing me, and instead going, the great thing about knowing your identity is then you take it into all of those things and they become a vehicle for that, as opposed to my job being, that's why I do the job, is to write songs. It's an expression
of my gift.
It's an expression of my gift. That's that. And it has been transformative. So I guess the question for you is, how have you gotten there with yourself? Like, do you feel like you know what it is that you sort of, what God has given you to do in that way?
Today, he's given me this podcast.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, I mean, it's. I think I have some ideas. Like, I'm weird. So it's my job to be weird. I'm much more like speaking from the outside into things. Like, I know that's true. So loneliness is a reality of my experience.
Wow.
Right, and a lot of the troubles that I've created in my life, I'm learning more deeply now that have been about me trying to somehow get away from that sense of loneliness.
Yeah.
But if I'm going to be me and speak into things from the outside, like, then I'm not in them, and then that's cool, right? And that's cool. I can also trick myself that I don't belong, and that and all that stuff, and that's the downside of that. I think that what I said to you, like, that I know my place in this experience here is to help other people find their way home on the way. Like, I know that.
That's amazing.
So that says I can't help people who aren't trying to find their way home.
Yeah.
Starts there, right? It's like, oh, you're trying to do something else. Great. I can't help you. If you are, I can help you find your way home on the way. And that's awesome, right? So it's like I have a real limited part to play. That's true for me. I'm good at speaking from the outside into things with love and compassion. Like, is it true? Is it kind? Is it loving? Like, then say something. If it's not, keep your mouth shut. Like, that's new. I used to just say things.
That's new.
That's new. Not even really good at that yet, but I'm practicing it, right?
Yeah, that's right.
I think another thing I'm learning, is I don't know. I don't know. You know, and I don't know what's best for you. I don't know what's best for you. I don't know what's best for me.
Yeah.
Like, it's, as a parent, it's like, I've got adult kids, and I don't know what's best for them, and they don't either, because they're like 25 to 20. Like, they're knuckleheads. They're supposed to be knuckleheads. There's only, and so it's like, that's been a new embracing of how do I live with my own integrity, my own passion, my own, like, leaning into things without having to know, with not having to feel certain. And then, like, where do I attach to what's beautiful, true, and good?
Yeah.
Like I'm so supportive and a fan of really good art now, like music, books, and like novels, visual art, a really good yard that's cut well, like something that's done intentionally to bring out beauty.
Yeah.
Something that's done to expose goodness. Something that's done to illuminate truth. Right.
Yeah.
Not create those things. They're already there. But like, how can we, as Michelangelo said, like remove what needs to be removed so the piece of art can live out of the stone.
Yeah. Yeah. What's the quote he has on David? It's great
something
quote.
like that. Have you seen the David?
Yes.
This is such a bougie conversation about that. But when I turned the corner of that building in Florence and I saw, I still can't talk about that crying. Like it stopped me.
Yeah.
In the is it the Duomo? Where is that?
The Uffizi, right?
Something. Yeah.
Somewhere,
yeah. And you walk past these stacks of stone that are half carved and angels coming out of it. You're like, oh, that's cool. That's cool. And then you see this thing. And it like, I just was speechless. I was dumbfounded and just sat there and cried and moved by beauty.
Yeah.
And so that was an awakening for me. Like it was like, there's something more powerful than my own trauma. There's something more powerful than my own grief. There's something more powerful than my own goodness. There's something beautiful out there for me to lean into and discover. And that doesn't change. That's not temporary.
Yeah.
That never ends. Right. That is the eternal energy that we can trust.
Yeah.
So that's important. Right.
Yeah.
And then there's a couple other things that that have been helpful, but like it's really incorporating that and then just trying to get weirder.
But you know what's so beautiful about that is that I love you saying that. I do, because I'm like, that is how God has made you, and there's wonderful things about that only you can bring.
I hope so.
Do you know what I mean?
My New Year's resolution this year was to be more eccentric. And my kids, when I were like sharing that like New Year's Day or something,
I love that.
Looked at Heather and I looked at the kids and they were like, you're already like really eccentric.
Yeah, you're out there.
Like I was like, no, I'm so held back. Like I'm so playing it safe. And they're like, you're so strange. Like it's like, let's get weirder. And I found that
I love that so much.
So and what is that? I don't know what that means. I'm just trying to go be more eccentric.
Yeah.
Like don't break I used to think eccentric was breaking the rules. And now it's like, no, I'm not. Like, I do believe rules are suggestions that other people should follow, and that's a character defect. Yeah. I'm not saying that's like, but I can't. That's how I'm made. But I don't need to break the rules anymore. I also am not following the rules. Like I'm trying to be weird. What
does that look like? Like, how would you define that?
Practically, I drove on the shoulder of the road yesterday to get around traffic, but that's that's not okay. It also means like you mentioned a book that I came out with. This is the first I've done. My last 2 writing projects, I've not gone to a publisher.
Oh wow!
Because I don't actually care if anybody reads it. Like that's weird, and the 2 previous books I did with Chip Dodd, like he likes talking about things he's written. I like writing them.
Yeah,
he loves talking about it and speaking about it, encouraging
people. The book
people.
is sort of an avenue
to him talking. Yeah, which is awesome.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
I really discovered I actually like doing the artistry of it and trying to find a point of view that might help people in it, writing it. And then going here,
and then letting it be.
So I did so this act of being myself for my 50th birthday, which was 2 years ago. I put together. This is so like what people do at midlife crisis. I put together a book of poetry. So I write poetry for myself.
Wow.
Some magical things have happened in my life the last few years. This is one of them. I write poetry for myself. I've always done it as an act of like making sense of like really strange things in my life, hard, beautiful, and so over the course of a big chunk of my life, I got a stack of poems I've written for me. Some for Heather for her birthday, some for somebody on their graduation, some for a friend, but it's all really personal. And because of I know a lot of artists, performing artists, and I always think it's so cool that they're just like, here's my art. It's like I've never had that impulse. And so my brave act of being 50 was like, I'm going to put these together and publish them and then give them out to friends. Right? It was so freaking scary.
Oh, yeah.
It was terrifying. You're braver than you think you are. It was so scary.
It's narcissism. Continue.
Okay, well, it was sure. It's not just narcissism, Dave.
As I cry.
But that was in reference to Heather for her 50th birthday the year before. She did this thing that was like brave for her. And for her, it was to do 50 acts of bravery for her.
Holy cow.
In that year. So she made some rules for herself because she's a good rule follower. I'm not.
Yeah.
It was like 6 months before and 6 months after her 50th birthday, she was going to do something that challenged her. So she wrote letters to friends. She didn't look in the mirror for a week. She went on a silent retreat. She did all these things that were just like weird. And so
It's a lot of things.
There's a lot of things.
That is a lot of things.
Oh, it's incredible. I'm realizing there's so much I missed by not paying attention to her the last 30 years that I'm just like, she knows some stuff.
That's a good
Yeah, I'm not going to tell her that.
You need to.
We can cut that
There's
out.
power.
Well,
that
she
needs to
wouldn't
be-
believe me if I told her.
Yeah,
So
touché.
that's her special power.
Yeah. It's good.
But that so inspired me. It's like, well, I'm going to do something too for my 50th birthday. So I planned this big.
You're like, I'll see you're 50 and raise you one.
Yeah, I'm pretty competitive, Dave. So my first thought, which was a terrible thought, it wasn't a terrible thought. It just wasn't brave. There's 3 nonprofits that we support consistently. I called the executive directors of those and I said, hey, I want to do a fundraiser for my 50th birthday, and I'm going to call in all my favors, right? Wow. And I'm going to raise $50,000 for each of your nonprofits on my 50th birthday.
Wow.
So we had some meetings, and then about like 3 months into that, I'm realizing this isn't brave. This is work. I do this all the time.
Right.
Like, this is creative. This is good, but this isn't brave.
Yeah.
And I was like, what's brave? So I went into my thinking place, and it's like, I've got to share poetry. And I was like, oh, man.
No.
And so
what was scary about releasing that? Like, what did you feel when you put that out?
Extremely personal. Because these were, I've written a dozen books now. When I'm writing a book, I always have the audience in mind.
Yeah.
Like, how can I say this in a way for them?
Right.
Right? And I think that's good service. It's also good commerce. It makes a better book.
Yeah.
These are all things I wrote for me.
You were never intending on these seeing the light of day.
Never.
Yeah.
So they weren't written in a way that you're like, oh, okay, I know how to say that in a way that won't give me up, but people will get it.
Yeah.
You are
This
just
one's
like,
just
this is...
Stephen James.
Yeah,
writing.
like in the Wild Things book that David Thomas and I wrote, that book sold a lot of books. I'm really happy for that book.
Yeah.
It's the fall. I should get a check the next couple of weeks. That'll help pay for Christmas stuff.
Yeah.
Love that book. It's actually a really good book. I still read my own book because it's like, what do you do with the 19-year-old boy? Like, It's really good. There are stories in there that David tells about him that are my kids. There's stories that I tell about me that are his kids.
Yeah.
There's stories that we kind of like are compilation stories because it was time for a story.
Yeah.
And I told the last story, so it's his time to tell this story.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean the book's not true.
Right.
It just means it's for the audience.
Yeah.
These poems were for me.
Yeah.
They were me figuring out my marriage. They were me figuring out parenting. They were me figuring out God. They were me like wrestling with my own soul. They were me dealing with like trauma. It's a lifetime of my own like intimacy.
Yeah.
Like, done in art, right?
Yeah.
So to put that out there felt like naked.
Yeah.
And so I printed a few copies, and I would go to friends, and I would say, this is for you, and here's what it is. And this is for you, and here's what it is. And some of my friends said, well, let's read these. And so I would sit on some front porches and have some conversations and some tears, and some people would ask, well, tell me about this line. I was like, oh, God, please don't ask about that line.
Yeah.
That line's about – it was wonderful. It was beautiful.
Wow.
And then I got a call from a mutual friend of ours, Drew Holcomb, one night. And Drew was like, hey, are you busy?
With the 2 of y'all in a room, I would really enjoy watching.
This was interesting. Well, it's like, there's a lot of energy when that happens. There's a lot of rightness is what's going on there. A lot of opinions.
Yeah, this is like an arm wrestling match. And
we call that intimacy. He called me and said, hey, what are you doing? And I said, I'm having dinner right now. He goes, call me back in 10 minutes. I was like, okay. Leaving the restaurant. Was up here at a piece, and I'm leaving, and I call him, and he goes, hey, I want to play something for you. And I was like, okay. And because he sometimes will send me a song or something, and he's playing this song. I'm like, hey, that's my poem. He was like, yeah. I said, dude, that's so sweet that you would sit down and write a poem. He goes, hey, dummy, this song releases tomorrow, and I need you to you don't read email, and we've been sending this email to like sign up for like ASCAP or whatever so we can release the song.
That's amazing.
How did you feel?
I was floored. Oh no, it's like I was like, oh, that's like. And he got Ellie on the phone, and she's laughing at me. Like it was like in her way that's like infectious and big and welcoming. Yeah. And it was like, oh my gosh. You know,
what's the song called?
Carry the Water.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of a ballad. It'll never be a big. He goes. I said, this is awesome because hey, it's never going to be a big song. It's a sad song. Like this is not one of my ballad anthem songs. Like it's like this is just a sad song. It's like it is a sad song, you know. But it came out of that book.
That's so cool.
Right? And I've had some other people go like, this inspired me to do this, and that was never the point.
Yeah.
Right.
I would have thought my worry if I were you.
Oh great! I haven't thought of this worry yet.
Yeah, let me hit you with this one. Would be like that it would change the way that I feel about them by putting them out and having friends.
Yeah.
You know. But as you're talking about it, I'm like, and like sitting with friends and going through them, I'm like, well, maybe this is like you get to read them and experience them on a deeper level now in a way that you couldn't have just on your own.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
There is certain dialectic that's happening there, right? Where we're discovering something together.
Yeah.
And someone can see part of themselves and part of me, which feels really meaningful, you know? Another thing I did is I bought this building here in town and redid it, and it's like a meeting space, an event space for my business and other people. It's called Hardison House. But I wanted to create a candle for a scent.
Oh, wow.
So I got with Ranger Station and like worked with them on a custom scent for my building. That might be the best thing I've ever created. Like people, you could only get it at Hardison House, and we get phone calls from people. You
should have brought those.
I know, I was going to, but I was running late. I'll get you the candles. But people are like, this is like a great candle. Like, where could I get the candle? One guy wanted to white label it and sell it. I was like, that's my candle.
Yeah.
Right? Like, so
you have
maybe
so many
the
people
best
turning
thing
your things into other things.
The best thing I've ever created is a candle.
Uh-huh.
Right? And it's like, who knew? But that's me being weird. Like, just trying to get weird and go like, well, what can I do next? I want to create a candle.
It sounds like you associate weird with this creative.
Okay.
Yeah. I know.
Like everything you're saying, I'm like, this just feels like you're being creative.
So I'm learning I'm a creative.
Yes.
Like I'm actually a creative.
Yeah.
And once I've been doing that creative work inside of like social entrepreneurism.
Yeah.
Right. Mm-hmm. And that's part of the creative is like we started this whole conversation like 8 years. Like as soon as it gets built, I'm done creating it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've learned to find really good partners that are much better at developing the thing and maintaining and stewarding and growing the thing. So I don't have to destroy it to go create the next thing.
Yeah.
So, Sage Hill Counseling is now Beth Christenberry, Sarah Norris, Crescent Hoagland, and Benton Tatum are my partners in there, right? And Sarah's the executive director. Crescent's a clinical director. And they're so much better at that than I ever was. I should never, ever, ever manage anybody. Ever. I'm so bad at managing people. And people need good managers, right? And so that was like me learning to go, I'm just going to create things. And then other people can do with them what they do with them.
Yeah.
This leadership book I wrote on these 4 ancient archetypes of leadership, I wrote for the members of council leadership. I didn't write it for the general population. I didn't write it to get attention. It's not good for me to participate in the attention economy. There are people who are really good at it. Like you do a great job at it. I've had to largely get off all social media and news feeds. Like that's not good for me. It robs me of my spirit. And so I very rarely am in social media or in the news anymore because they exist to occupy my consciousness and monetize it for Mark Zuckerberg's pocket. So it's like I've just had to get off.
Yeah.
Because I'm not boundaried enough to not be all in something.
Yeah. And
that's just me. Wherever I go, I'm all in it.
Yeah.
And so if I go to a concert, I'm dancing in the aisles. It's like that's who I am.
It's really, the older I get, the more I realize this. It's really interesting. I'll say it weird because you're with us. It's weird
really
work.
Weird.
Well, it's weird work for all of us when we think of of our identities, because I think the beautiful part of it is you really start to go, gosh, I love doing this thing, and when I do it, it seems to really like bless people.
Yeah.
And I have like untappable reservoirs for it.
Yeah.
I can just always do it. It's because that's who I'm made to be, right? The thing that's hard about it, though, is it means you're not other things. And I think,
What's
in
hard
other words,
about that
what
for
you
you?
just said about your staff, where you're
yeah.
like, I can't, like, you have a friend that's like, every time he does that, it is magic.
Yeah.
And I think work I've had to do is like being like having faith to go, God, that's okay.
Yeah.
Because I can't.
It's necessary.
It's necessary.
We're actually better when we're together than we are in isolation. And so it's like my gifts complement your
That's
gifts,
exactly
and your
right.
gifts speak to my gifts. And then like the whole thing is an ecology of love and beauty and goodness, and it all overflows. The minute we start trying to grab and hold it back, like the table gets small.
Yeah.
Right? And so it's like, how can I then turn over my gifts to other people's giftedness? That's where wisdom comes in, because some people want to use people's gifts for their own benefit. And some people don't know what to do with the gifts, or they compare your gift to them and they go into their own shame. And it's like, I don't need to do that. Like, I don't, And
well, that's the piece I think that I've found is realizing that the shame that accompanies going, well, I should be able to do that too. Why can't I do that?
Yeah.
And going, well, no, you're not.
Well, I couldn't slam dunk a basketball.
Yet.
No. See, so I was not a terrible athlete. I was a Division I athlete, scholarship athlete. I was all conference. These are facts. These aren't bragging. I was 2-time team MVP. I got a watch. They gave me a watch. Like, you got a watch. That's cool. That's like an award. Like, I was a goalkeeper, which is ridiculous because I'm 5'9", and I can't jump. I was just crazy and mean and yelled at people. And fairly athletic. But I thought if I could slam dunk, I'd be better. I worked for 6 years with the basketball coach in high school, and then for like 2 years in high school and 2 years in college, learning for 2 years. I don't do math. I don't do spelling. I don't do math. 2 years in high school and 4 years in college, trying to slam dunk a basketball. I can't slam dunk a basketball.
Did you get better?
I could touch the rim.
That's amazing.
That wasn't the goal.
That's touche.
Yeah.
So did I improve my vertical leap? Yes. Right. Here's another version of that story. I did some work with the Nashville Soccer Club for several years, and as a mental performance coach and consultant. And when Gary Smith got let go, I got let go, which is wonderful. Like, I'm a big fan of Gary's. And I was talking with one of their players, and he was not doing great. And he was having a hard time. He had hit his ceiling, and everybody could feel that he was not going to go on further, and he was not ready to accept that.
Wow. And
so he and I were having a conversation, and I was telling about the day that I realized that I was in semi-pro soccer, and I was the third string goalkeeper, and my job was to pick up the balls, and that means in semi-pro soccer you don't get paid. Like, you're not getting, you only get paid if you play, right? And I wasn't going to ever play. And I was like, like, I'm done. Like, they're so much better than me. And I said that was a hard and liberating thing for me. And he goes, well, you shouldn't have quit. You should have kept trying. And I was like, dude, like, I was done.
Yeah.
And it was done with me. And then if I hadn't have quit, I wouldn't have gotten married. I wouldn't have had children. For me, like, and so it's like the understanding even necessary endings create space for new creativity. That everything must die so that something new can live. That life, death, and resurrection are the very nature and the fabric of the universe. And so when we try to hold on to make things like stay the same, we're actually moving against the very nature of the design of the universe.
Jeez.
Yeah.
Right? And so there's this joke that like insanity is doing the same thing over and again, expecting different results. I think that's the wrong definition. Insanity is trying to maintain the status quo in an ever-changing universe.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
It's like we're supposed to continue to unfold. That means things must die. Things must end. Everything ends. Everything is temporary except what's not temporary. And that's sad, and that's painful. It's also not just sad and painful, right? And so that's all part of it, right? Of identity transformation. It's like, what am I letting go of so more of Dave can shine, right?
Yeah. And others
reflect.
can be who they are.
And others can please be what they are.
I'm not taking their space too.
No.
You know?
Yeah. And you take a lot of spotlight. Like
bro. My spotlight is monstrous.
You know, guys, you deserve to start the year off right by protecting what matters most. Your family, your friends, your neighbors, right? And that peace of mind starts with Cove. Cove is an affordable DIY home security company designed to protect families for less than $1 a day. I mean, come on. Cove helps you build a customizable security system. You just fill out a quick online quiz so you only get what your home actually needs. Setup only takes about 30 minutes. I think I did mine in 29 minutes and 55 seconds. And then you have a live video and audio stream directly to your phone so you can see and hear what's happening in real time. And it's not just protection for you and your home, it helps your neighbors too. Let's say you got a kid from a few houses down, right, riding his bike, and he crashes in front of your house. Boom, you're able to see it on your live stream and you can go out there and help him right away. Takes a village. With Cove, every system comes with a 60-day risk-free trial, and your Dadville discount code will stack with the current site-wide sale for extra savings. So make protecting your home one of your New Year's resolutions. Check out Cove at covesmart.com and use DAD, D-A-D, for an additional 10% off your first order. Easy, affordable, peace of mind, guaranteed. Cove. You know, one of the things that I'm kind of already missing from recently celebrating the holidays with my family are all the great homemade recipes that have been perfected over generations, you know? It instantly just kind of grounds me. And it reminds me of how much I love things made with true care. And that same feeling comes through in Boll & Branch's signature sheets. And adding their coveted waffle bed blanket only deepens it. I mean, I could fall asleep right now just thinking about how soft these things are. Together, they wrap you in exceptional softness and comfort and quality beyond your wildest dreams. Whatever you're imagining right now, double it. That's because the signature sheet set is an iconic essential, loved for its buttery soft feel that gets softer with every wash. The waffle bed blanket drapes you in that soft, springy, near weightless warmth of its coveted texture, and together, they create the softest, most breathable bedding experience designed for better sleep season after season. I will never, ever go back to my old sheets and blanket. Ugh, gross. The softness is what blows my mind, almost like you're just floating in your bed, you know? It makes my sleep legitimately so much better. It also helps with temperature. I never feel too hot, never feel too cold, always feel just right. So, discover a softness beyond your wildest dreams. Again, whatever you're imagining, double it with Boll & Branch. Get 15% off your first order plus free shipping at bollandbranch.com/Dadville with the code Dadville. That's Boll & Branch, BOLLAND branch.com/Dadville, code Dadville to unlock 15% off. Exclusions apply.
I'll never forget when Annie and I have spent a lot of time with you, and you've helped us so much, and me. I'll never forget. You had so many things that you helped us with that you said that live as sound bites in my head. But one of the funniest ones was we were kind of talking about something, you and I was talking about our kids, and they were kind of getting to the age where the little personalities were coming out. And I was like, it's funny, man. They're all pretty like chill and whatever. And you're like, Dave, there's not a lot of room in the Barnes house for new person. And I was like, touche, good man. So here's a question I have for you.
It's true.
It is true. It's true.
Yeah.
Here's the question I have for you with what you just said, because I think that's so beautiful. How is that iterated into having kids? So you talk about changing. When I saw you at Dobine's 50th, we were talking about this, and you were saying like, hey, it'd be fun to talk about this with y'all, like empty nesting, and because
empty nesting. Like, I love my wife. We actually are really into each other. We're on our fifth marriage to each other. We just keep reimagining marriage. Yeah. This one's a lot about Heather, and that's really new for both of us.
Wow.
So we're learning about that, and I'm like letting there be more room in the space in the house for her. She's learning for there to be more space in her life for her, right? That's great. What's not so great is these beings that you've poured so much into.
Yeah.
You've loved so deeply and you've sacrificed so much for without any expectation that there would be a return.
Yeah.
Really. Like the joy has been loving them and enjoying them. One day they walk out and don't think about you at all.
Yeah.
Which what they're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's the win.
It doesn't feel like winning though. It is the win. Thank you. But man, it feels like gut wrenching and it feels hurtful and it feels like, what did we do the last 25 years? Like, what was it all for?
Yeah.
And one of the things I learned, and if I could go back, because there's a few years ago, maybe a month or two ago, even as close as last week, maybe this morning, I was like, I want all my parenting books off the market. Like, I want them all off the market because I'm giving these people false hope. Because the people that buy a parenting book are looking for a way to make it work.
Yeah.
It don't work.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't work. And so knowing what I know now, the pain that I'm in now, the grief.
Because they're all out of the house. Are they?
They kind of.
Yeah, they kind of, a light for moments. And then they're gone.
They still have a key.
Yeah. They wise man said to me that it's actually good parenting to have a place for someone to come get bored in.
Wow.
And then when they need to go off, they'll go off, or they need to come back and come back. I was like, okay.
Wow.
Well, just eat as many of my Fruit Loops as you want to eat then while you're there.
You know what doesn't help, I bet, honestly, is living in Nashville because it's such a great place.
Yeah, my kids don't think so. They don't want to be here.
They don't? Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay,
no, it's
okay,
home.
Okay.
So I've got one in Chicago. I got another that if wants to be in Chicago because that's where he went to college. I've got one in Knoxville. I got another one in Chicago. We don't have any connection to Chicago except two of my kids had scholarships fall from the sky from Chicago.
Wow.
So they don't see Nashville. They see Nashville as like home. It's small.
Okay.
It's not cool.
Because they're used to bigger cities.
And they want to be. It's like people literally are moving here every day because it's cooler than Chicago.
Well, I just wonder if they would come home as much if you lived in Cookeville. God bless Cookeville. We
love our Cookeville
now that I said
listeners.
that, we are such fans of Cookeville.
Cookeville's a good town.
It is, but you know what I mean.
It's right on the plateau.
It is. It's beautiful
it's
up
both
there.
Middle Tennessee and East Tennessee.
I spent a lot of time in
example,
Cookeville.
Terrible.
Did y'all mean Tennessee? I mean Cookeville, Alabama, Idaho.
Yeah,
Idaho. It's so like right now. It's like I want to pull the books off because it's like part of me was writing those books to make up for some things I didn't get, and to try to offer parents a way to navigate it, and hopefully it wouldn't hurt so much. And I'll tell you, love really hurts.
Yeah.
And so
Nazareth taught us that. Love hurts.
That's good. That's good. That's a good song. It really hurts.
Yeah.
And it's heartbreaking to watch your children's heartbreak. It's heartbreaking to see them go through life and to know that they're actually doing everything in their 20s that they're supposed to do. And a lot of it's about losing, and a lot of it's about becoming, and a lot of it's about like learning and growing. And if I was to rescue them from their journey in that, like I would be robbing them of their dignity in order to protect my heart.
Yeah.
And
so hard to not do that.
it's so hard to not hate them for me not doing that. Not blame them. It's hard, man, to stay out of their way. I think if I was doing it over again, I think I would brainwash them to worship me. I would put them in a really small setting where everything was certain and right, called a private Christian school, where there was no questions, nothing bad ever happened, and then they could hate me when they were 30 like everybody else. Right? And they could figure out buy me some time, which is a joke, right?
Yeah.
But it's also kind of like there's no way outside of the heartache, and I really thought there could have been. I really thought if I was a good enough parent that I wouldn't have to feel what I'm feeling now. And I've got enough wisdom, and my kids are developing human beings. They're not kids. They're actually all adults.
Yeah.
And I remember 15 to 30 being one of the most difficult experiences of my life. And so I keep telling myself, well, whatever I'm feeling, it's probably 10 times harder for them. Because going through middle school, high school, like identity formation in your 20s, trying to find sure footing in the world, trying to build friendships like after college, where it's like you had all these friends and now they've gone everywhere else. And it's like really hard, especially right now in the world where, like, you know, Amazon fired 40,000 people yesterday. Like, white collar jobs are going away. That doesn't mean that much to me at 50 because, like, I've built a life. And but if you're 22 and you don't see hope, and the script of following the rules you've been on is now being pulled from you, like, they're in despair. And I have nothing to offer them because it's their despair. Like me saying, it's going to be okay. I took one of my sons out to dinner, and we went to a really nice steakhouse here in Nashville, went to Bourbon Steak, and it was his college graduation. Like, you've done it. You're about to go in your last semester. Congratulations. Heather came, and it was like this really nice thing. And it was so nice. We were like, hey, get whatever you want to get. Like, don't look at the menu. Just order all the food, you know. And a friend of ours saw us there, and he came over and said, "What are y'all doing?" And we're having his dinner. He paid for our meal. So I was like, amazing. Oh my gosh, like, this is awesome. I remember telling my son, I was like, hey, I just want you to know, like, you got what it takes. Like, you're gonna be okay. And you've made the right way. Like, and he's like, hey, easy for you to say. You've already figured it out. I was like, oh, that's a good point, buddy.
Yeah.
You know? And he was telling the truth. And he was like, I'm scared to death about life. And because he's grown up in our home, he has the ability to say things like that.
Yeah.
Like, he has at least enough self-awareness and connection and trust that he can say, shut up, Dad. Yeah. Thanks for dinner. Like, it's not helpful. He actually said, it feels like pressure. You telling me it's going to be okay. Because now it has to be okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, just slap me around some more at Bourbon Steak. Like, it was, and so I'm learning a lot as a parent. Shut up, listen, let them learn and grow. They're writing their own story.
Yeah.
Right? They're creating their own identity. And I'm realizing now, looking back, my daughter's teaching me, like, she's 25, that she was doing that when she was like 20 months old.
Yeah.
That she was deciding things inside her head about her life in response to where she was being loved. And, like she said to me a few years ago, I used to think when you asked me, hey, what are you thinking about? That I had to tell you. And then when I was like 6, I realized I didn't have to tell you what I was thinking about. I was just asking, what are you thinking about? She saw it as like, you're trying to take my identity. It's like, wow. And so what I've realized now, in having these awesome kids and being a father who's thoughtful and trying to be more self-aware, is we're given the pen to author our identity a whole lot earlier than we have any of the wisdom to know what we're doing.
Yeah.
Like, we're given the keys to the car before we're, like, even know how to drive.
Yeah.
And we can't call that bad because that is the way of things. That is the way of things. It is written, like, go, right? I think our culture since 1950s, 60s, 70s, 80s, and a lot of it was well-meaning, and a lot of it was part of the psychological industrial complex. A lot of the parenting stuff was driven by a guy named James Dobson and some other people who were well-meaning, trying to give parents this thing that was coming out of psychology that if you put the right inputs in, you get the right outputs out. And people aren't products. People aren't machines. People are things. They're creative beings. They're in the image of God. So they're authoring things. And now it's like, I don't know that it would change my parenting. I just know it's like it hurts. And my children have to hurt in order to become something.
Yeah.
And it breaks my heart as a witness to that.
Yeah.
And that's where I am. It's like, nothing's wrong with that.
Yeah.
It just is. And so I guess I would say, this is what the research shows. Psychological research shows that if you want to be happy, you want to have a happy life as your goal, do not get married and do not have children.
Yeah.
Because that will be happy. Your life will then be meaningless. This is all research. This isn't an opinion. This is scientific research, whatever that means. But it's like happiness is me pursuing my own delight. Meaningfulness is me suffering for a cause greater than myself with other people. And there's no better place to experience that within family, right? Like, because it's like, man, like, do you leave the toilet seat up? Well, I think it's pretty convenient for me to leave the toilet seat up, but I have a wife, and she has opinions about that.
Let me tell you, a Ebenezer moment.
My cord, Dave. Oh, there we go.
Ebenezer moment of my marriage that I will never forget is one night I had gotten up to pee. And I'm telling you, I've done this 3 times in my marriage where I forgot to put it down because Annie just like
Annie has
onboarded me.
She's very right. She has a lot of rightness in her, and she's good at pointing out when people don't live up to those standards. And her standards are really good.
Yeah. Now, as you said, this is another Stephen James point that Annie and I will laugh about. Is we met. I think one of the first times I ever met with you. You go, you know, guys. You go, I meet with a lot of couples, and usually you have the planet, and then you have the planet that orbits the planet. He goes, both of you guys don't orbit. You just sit as planets. We think when you have two first children with very strong personalities.
Yes.
But I will never. By the way, God is doing a great work in her as He is in me.
As He continues to be faithful to do.
She's amazing. But I will never forget the sound that night. I just peed, and one of the 5 times in our marriage, I forgot to put the.
I thought it was 3,
down.
Dave.
Well, it's just growing. 7 times.
The story's getting more truthful as it goes.
Okay, every other night, I forget to do the toilet seat.
She went to pee, which she never does. She got up to use the bathroom right after I did, and the sound of her sitting into the toilet and the way she said my name, I don't think I slept for 3 nights. It was just blazed into my brain.
So if you're going to live with somebody, you're going to make mistakes.
That's exactly right.
Yeah.
Like, you're also going to be blessings to each other, and that's so much more meaningful than happiness. Happiness comes and goes like the weather. You have to chase it, and it's like, you know, we know through human experience that family, parenting, marriage is one of the most meaningful and difficult and rewarding things a human can ever do, right? And not everybody gets to do it. That doesn't make it like the only way to find meaning.
Sure,
it's just like wrought with it, right? Because it's self-reflective. It just shows you who you are. It if you're paying attention, it shows you who you're not. It's like, it's weird. It's just really weird. You know, creative.
So with your kids, when they're coming home. John and I say this all the time on this podcast, but like when your kids are coming home, like
they would tell me, my home is where I live.
Somewhere else. When they come to your
visiting.
house,
when they come
to your house,
to my house, so they're
what makes them want to do that or feel safe doing that?
Money.
Like, what is it that y'all?
No, I think
what is it that you guys have created as a couple?
Heather gets most of the credit.
Yeah.
I get some of the credit. She gets most of the credit. The kids get a little bit of the credit. Dogs get a lot of the credit. They come home to see the dog. Really, they also come home to, I think, to remember, like that they're part of something. I think they come home to rest. I think we've got one at University of Tennessee. He is crushing college. Like, he's like, name what college is about, and he's this. I mean, he's got friends. He's halfway going to class and making good grades. He's realized that football is like, whatever. I'm going mountain climbing and rock climbing, and like, he is loving his experience.
Wow,
right?
That's great.
He hasn't been home one time this fall.
Wow.
Yeah, he's got his apartment in Knoxville.
Yeah.
So guess where he lives?
Yeah.
Knoxville.
Yeah.
See, when I hear you say that and describe that in the stage of parenting that I'm in right now,
You're like, I can't wait.
well, no, it's not that, because empty nesting is actually something that I think about all the time.
Yeah.
And always have, because I've sort of, I just don't want Amy and I to be those people who, like, the door shuts and then we're like, what? Who are you? You know. But when I hear you say that, I'm like, what you just described. If I could just know that we're going to get there with my girls. Like, if I could just know that one day I'm going to be saying that to my friends, it would make the valleys of parenting now so much more bearable.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I
would trade everything I'm going through right now to live in those valleys again.
Yeah.
That's what I don't
too.
think y'all know.
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah.
it's really hard raising middle schoolers.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, oh my gosh, that's like a shame tank of pimples
Shame
and puberty
tank.
and
Yeah.
like insecurity.
I was in that band in high school.
Shame tank.
We were great.
What was their first album?
They didn't do albums.
Yeah. They
Felt the most shame about that.
we actually never released music. That's how ashamed we were.
But like, it was something. Now I'm living
Yeah.
on the memory tanks, man. Like, it's like, remember that time? And Heather and I, literally, like old people sitting around going, remember that time we made pancakes for breakfast with the kids? And it's like, how old are we? We have a life to live.
I gotta say, I don't know that there's anything more that buoys my sails. Is that the right way to say that?
Yeah, buoys your
They're
sails.
both nautical
Sure.
imagery.
We're on a ship.
Yeah, you're on a ship.
The ship
boat's
is
afloat.
going. Then that, hearing somebody say, "I just want to be back there,"
Yeah.
because I know, Dave and I are like in the thick of it right now, and they're never gonna put their dishes away. They're never gonna pick
never.
up the things.
Never.
Whatever wrapper they have. I've started taking pictures of just wrappers on the ground.
that's good.
In my
I didn't know
house.
if you meant like LL
Just
Cool
text
J.
them, but you know what kids don't do is they don't read
just
text.
drop these wrappers.
Children today don't feel responsible for answering a text. That's like, I'm weird for asking them to answer a text. That's not
Yeah.
a cultural norm, Dad.
I
My
have to
friends don't
remind my
respond to
son
text.
that a
Yeah.
phone actually rings, and that's why the function of a phone
There's
is for
this
phone
function.
calls.
There's this other thing it does.
It's not a text box.
Right.
We actually
But
made-
I mean, being in the state that I'm in right now, where it's really helpful to hear that, because I believe it. It wouldn't be
all
helpful
my
if
kids
I didn't believe
pay
it.
their rent.
Yeah.
Right. My son was home, and I was doing the dishes, and without saying a word, he starts putting dishes away.
Oh, wow.
It's like, oh, he's an adult.
Yeah.
Right. That does happen.
Yeah.
For most of them, some of the time.
Yeah.
You're gonna get there.
Yeah.
Don't wish away where
Yeah.
you are for the fantasy of where it's going to be.
Yeah.
Because I'm telling you, it's
Yeah.
it's as good as it gets right now. And the 70-year-old version of Steven is telling the 50-year-old
50,
version
that's
of Steven,
right. That's
hey,
right.
this is as good as it gets, man.
Yeah.
Right. Right.
Like, enjoy it.
Yeah.
You know what I realized it was helpful for me? Because like y'all were, and John and I are now, so much of our life, we're just basically like parent Ubers. You know what I mean? We're just shuffling kids places, whatever. But I had this revelation, and I think this podcast, one of the gifts it's been to me is these conversations, because I think it has made this futuristic mind of mine that's always like, what's the next best thing, fun thing, where are we going, what else am I going to do? What else am I going to do? What is it that you need to do other than sitting and watching your kid have soccer practice? Like, what is that,
Oh,
Dave? And I'm
gosh.
like, I don't know. And I'm like, there's nothing. This is it. Like, enjoy. And I think one of the gifts of this podcast to me is when we had parents that are further along than we are, as John said, that's the thing I hear. And I think finally I'm getting it, where I'm like, man, I'm so excited about tonight and Halloween. Watching the kids walk around and do their
I'm
thing.
so sad that we're
just
not-
come join us and be the creepy.
Well,
be weird. Be weird.
we
Steven.
did that last year.
Did you really?
We followed a family
I
around.
love that.
They
Did
didn't,
they know?
They didn't know us.
I was going to say that. That's where it gets a little problematic.
Find that same family.
True story.
No.
That was not hyperbolic.
Oh my gosh! Y'all just were like,
They're cute. Oh, they're thinking, let's just follow them from door to door.
tigress.
We hung back a little bit. We were walking the dog.
Yeah.
Right.
No, but I was stalking this sweet little family in East Nashville. It was so sad.
But you know
Anyway,
what I mean?
go ahead.
But to be, for me to realize, like you said it so well, this really is the best, and it
Yeah.
will continue being the best. But I think once I sort of dispelled this notion of there was something else I should be doing, I was like, no, this is what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, that's my favorite. We talk about this all the time, but that's one of my favorite things with Annie in the morning is I go, hey, what's my afternoon look like? She's like, all right, you're gonna, and then I'll meet you. And I'm like, great. And it's so
That's
rare.
awesome.
Yeah. It's so rare that I'm ever like, I'm like, no, I love that. Let's go do this. What else am I going to do?
Yeah.
Like sit back here and work on, I've worked on music. I'm done with that. Like I can do that some other time. Like, where are we going to go? Great. I'll be there.
Ugh.
Because I'm like, it's going to go.
Yeah.
And I'm going to look back someday and be like,
Yeah.
why did you sit in your studio? Like, go to the practice, go to the
Yeah.
game, like drive them over to the mall. with
Oh,
the
I'm
friends.
working all the time now. Like,
Yeah.
it's like literally
Yeah.
work, whatever.
Yeah.
It's like, because I got time.
Yeah.
I got energy and time.
Yeah.
And I love what I do.
Yeah.
And I have the privilege to actually do a job that I love and
Yes.
get paid for it. It's like, what an honor. What a wow, that's so cool. And so there'll
be time for that.
I wish I could go to story time. I wish there was, I wish I missed more lunches to go read more books at school. I wish I was at more pickups, and I was at a lot, but I wish I was at more. I wish, man, we say it all the time, like the good old days, and you know, and so you're going to do what you're going to do, and then you're going to regret it.
That's just the way.
That's your next book. That's it. You're going to do what you do, and you're going to regret it with Stephen J.
You know, when I was listening through
3 pages,
when I was listening to our old episode that we did, it was interesting what I definitely remember. As I said before, there are things that you said that have been like, you know, mantras almost in my life since. And then
I've got to come back here more often.
Yes, sir.
This is awesome.
It's interesting, some of the things I was telling Dave before you got here that I sort of sifted through because I wasn't there yet in parenting.
Yep.
I think at that time I was so hungry I needed somebody to tell me what to do. Am I doing it right? Like, I can remember some of the things that I would daily worry about. I remember going to bed on a nightly basis thinking, I don't think I did a great job today. You know, and I don't feel that way anymore. And some of the things that, one of your big, you know, takeaways was like, it's just be with your kids. Like, you're gonna, like you're saying, you're gonna do what you're gonna do, and you're gonna regret it. They just want to know
if you're growing, you're gonna regret it. They just want to know if you're gonna be there.
They just want to know, are you gonna be there? They already know that you don't know what you're doing.
I got a question for you. Then this is cool. What is it right now that you're going? Like, there's a piece of wisdom emerging in you that you already know about if you paid attention to it, that you're going to recognize like 5 years from now. What's coming up in your life as a dad right now that's like, oh, I really need to pay attention to that one?
I mean, I think that it is the thing that you said last time you were here that I didn't really pay attention to, which is just, there is no doing. Stop trying to be a productive parent. Stop trying to do this well. Just be with your kids. Just be with them. You know?
How old are your kids?
12 and 10.
Oh, you've got about 14, 15, they disappear.
Yeah.
And so it really is about being with them on their terms too, which is...
Well, another thing that I think has been helpful in me sort of wrapping my brain around
weird
that.
ages too.
Yeah.
12 and 10 are some strange times.
Yeah. Things are changing.
Yeah, they are changing.
Quickly.
Yeah.
But one of the things that's helped me wrap my head around that, the just be with them, is I think I've finally realized the limitation of my influence on them.
Wow, that's a great way to put that. Yeah.
It's like realizing you're third string and you're not going to make the team, and now I can move on to my real self or whatever, you know.
The next thing.
Yeah.
Right? So you say that, I wonder, like, so if they're, and this is where we started the whole conversation, it's amazing. If I'm realizing I'm not the main influence on them, I wonder what is inside them, right? And I wonder how I'm letting them influence me. Like, how are they then being
vessels for sanctification?
Oh, that's an old time word. Sure. I would say, how are they inspiring me? Because the hope and optimism of a 10 and 12-year-old, the beautiful naivete of how they see the world, like, that's all about to go away.
Yes.
They actually see the world for more of what it like really is than adult cynicism and pragmatism.
Yeah.
You know, like their hopes and dreams and like the drama of, like, you have a girl, right?
Two girls. Yeah.
The drama of 12-year-old friendships. Like, that's like, I mean, it's so not fair and so fun to watch.
Yeah.
And like, and it's like life and death. Like, you don't need Netflix at all. You have 2 daughters.
Yeah.
It's like, what happened today?
Yeah.
You know?
It's true.
Yeah, I think that'd be so cool. God, to have another 12-year-old daughter would be wonderfully hard and great, because then you have a the problem with the 12-year-old daughter is you're going to have a 13-year-old daughter.
I mean, we're about 5 weeks away from it. 6 weeks away. Yeah.
And then you'll have a wife, if you're lucky, you'll have a wife and 2 daughters at some point all synced up on their menstrual cycle.
Yeah.
And I would just recommend there's going to be a time a month where you're going to be on the road. That you're just going to travel.
Amy's like, I'm noticing the third week is you have shows.
Your agent seems to be also on the same cycle as us.
And that's a beautiful mystery, that women who would live with each other would actually enter into the fabric of life, death, and resurrection together every month, every lunar cycle, that their body is moving with something so profoundly spiritual that they can't control their own affect. I'm not downing women on PMS. I'm just saying, if you don't have a perspective of, dear God, there's something other going on here, you're not paying attention.
Yeah.
Right? Because they're moving through the very thing. Oh, there's Annie right there eating peanut butter. What a great visit. Oh, hi. And so you've got 3 women. They're going to teach you about life, death, and new life every 28 days for 4 or 5 years at the same time. Mm-hmm. That's something.
And I mean, that's just that in and of itself is a little micro example of how painful life is. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like it's this like gift. It's life.
It's life.
And
it is life.
And it is painful.
Yeah.
For them.
Yeah.
Every month.
Yeah. In Western culture, since we're doing the philosophical, which is what I love to talk about, is the weird philosophical stuff. Western culture has been really adept at productivity and efficiency and shiny things. We have sold our soul in order to do that.
Yeah.
And we have lost track with the beauty of pain, that like the suffering that's necessary for sanctification, but the suffering that's actually necessary for life.
Yeah.
And we call it bad.
Right.
As opposed to embrace the pain of this normal living.
Yeah.
Well, I think too, a thing I'm starting to understand is most wisdom comes through pain, real wisdom.
100%.
And I think there's sometimes we can sort of draft, somebody will tell us something and we go, oh, actually, I think I can onboard that without me having to experience it.
Yeah.
But I think that's
you can't. But
I think real wisdom that we actually live by usually comes from
Well, how many
friction.
How many great songs would we have if there was no pain in the world?
Yeah.
That's
true. Yeah.
Yeah.
We'd have Hey
one.
Ya by Outkast.
Hey,
I think that'd be
and I would
it.
say the Rainbow Connection. Those are my.
There we go.
That's going to be. Yeah, it's true.
But that song works because it's written in a sad way.
Yeah.
That's why that song works.
Yeah.
It sounds sad.
Yeah.
Have
you ever sang "Don't Worry, Be Happy" in a slow, sad way?
Oh yeah, it's sad.
It's beautiful too. Here's a little song I wrote. You might want to sing it note for note.
Why did Johnny Cash do that on that record?
Don't worry.
Right?
Yeah.
Be happy. Now.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
Yeah.
Right? But that's why Rainbow Connection works as a song, because it's not
the
poppy.
juxtaposition,
It's the juxtaposition of grief and beauty and joy all in one innocent kid's song.
And Kermit singing it.
And Kermit
sounds so innocent and, Joe Cocker had sang that. It'd be like, I don't know.
I was thinking earlier, though, when you were talking about just being and the I am and whatever comes out of, all of that. And I was thinking, obviously, America is like the worst country to live in if you're trying to live out what you were describing. I wonder what culture is the closest to like if you wanted to have an environment that's going to help you out in living in that way, where do you go? Is there some place you can go that's like the most?
No. It's just I think we can particularly talk about ours and where we've gotten it off.
Yeah.
I think every human group that creates culture, right, is cultivating out of the word culture comes from the word dirt. So that's an interesting thing. So we're building something out of dirt, and we tend to build things in our own image.
Yeah.
Right. And all of them are going to be incomplete. And the ones that are done thoughtfully are done at least what's got some good things in them, I would think. I do think places that are more connected to nature, like to the natural order.
Yeah.
Are more in tune with things. I think more agrarian is better than more industrial. Mm-hmm. I think we're learning now, if we're paying attention, that we've been through I can get really esoteric. You probably want to edit this out. We've been through this whole industrial revolution that's carbon-based, and now we're going through a silicone revolution, which is like AI and computer chips and all that stuff. If AI doesn't kill us, which there's a really good chance that it's going to wipe out humanity. Edit this out, Dadville. If it doesn't
Lean
kill
into
us,
the sadness.
Wait,
Don't run
are you
from
talking
it.
about Terminator 2 right now?
Yeah,
Sorry,
that was a
pretty
prophetic movie. If it doesn't, and there's some really smart people talking about all the ways that it can. If it doesn't, it will cure a lot of cancer. Right? It will not create anything because AI cannot create.
Right.
It will find efficiencies and things that we've not seen. It will out-predict us in every way. So math, like accounting, all that stuff's just done, right? It can create room for human creativity to abound. But as you just said, human creativity and wisdom, which I think are probably like twin sisters in some ways, come out of largely pain. And so as long as we're looking for a way to make life just easier and more productive, we are going to end up foolish people, right? And America's sin, America's problem is our own hubris that we think we have it figured out in the way other people don't.
Yeah.
We did do this thing, this technological revolution called democracy was like a pretty big movement, right? And that came out of the Protestant Reformation, and that came out of like some middle class economic money lending that happened. There's a whole thing that happened that led us to where we are. We can even go back to like pre-Roman Empire with the Egyptians. There's a whole train of thought that we could follow. One of the things that we did is that we were like, hey, it's people with power tend to abuse their power. So let's create something that says the individual is really important. And no one individual is more important than another individual. That's the seed of who we are, is individual identity and independence. To be an individual is the seed of what we are, and that tyranny is bad, and that if anybody gets power, they're probably going to like use it on people. So let's create a governmental system that does not work on purpose, so that's bent towards liberating individual freedom. That's awesome. Mm-hmm. And a lot of great things have happened from that. A lot of also not great things in that we think more independently than other cultures. We think about our self-interest over the collective good. I was in Denmark this year. One of the cool things we did with our kids, we did a lot of traveling with our children growing up. I don't have a lot of retirement because we traveled the world with our kids, and I'm now having to work hard to replace that, right? Yeah. One of the things we did last year is we took each of our adult kids on a trip.
Wow.
Right? And my daughter wanted to see the Northern Lights, so we went to Norway. I wanted to eat some great food because I'm a foodie, so I wanted to go to Denmark first and go to some Michelin star restaurants, and they're really cheap, and the Michelin star restaurants in Denmark are actually not unaffordable, so it was awesome.
Oh, wow.
We got a tour guide one day. I'm a big architecture guy, so we're looking at architecture in Denmark. It's this really interesting city where old and new are like all on top. And
like literally.
Yeah, it's so cool.
Like built on each other.
And the tour guide is, anytime she saw trash, she starts picking it up. And people would stop to let other people cross the road. And the cars were driving the speed limit. And I just was like, she was a pretty, really intelligent, aware art and architecture student at the university there. So we were having a coffee, and I was going like, hey, I've noticed all these things. Can you tell me what's going on? And she said, our number one drive is to make sure everybody's getting along and we're doing what's good for the common good. And then that's a mind blower, right? That's so un-American.
Right.
Right? I think thinking about what I need and what I want and having personal responsibility in my life is a really important thing. That's very American. Also, do I think about what my brother needs? And where we see that in America is most often in the most economically disadvantaged communities.
Yeah.
Poor people in America give far more percentage of their income than rich people. Far more. because they don't have the luxury of not sharing.
Yeah.
Right. And so it's like, I think I am very fortunate to live where I live and get to do what I do. Very fortunate to be a man. I'm very fortunate to be white. Like, there's a lot of head starts I was given. And like, if I'm not becoming a kind of person that's looking for, like, how to help my neighbor, how do I just love my neighbor? Like, what do I do to love my neighbor? And if everybody loved their neighbor, like, the whole thing works.
Yeah.
Because I just got two people to love.
Yeah.
Right? And that's about the bandwidth that I've got anyway, because I'm like you, Dave, pretty narcissistic. So it's like, if I could just
Sorry,
love...
I didn't hear what you said. I was
thinking about yourself.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like, I would encourage all of us in the Dadville world, like, man, like, just do some spontaneous act of generosity. If it occurs to you to buy somebody a cup of coffee, just buy them a cup of coffee. If you see some trash, if you see it, pick it up, because it helps somebody else, not because it helps you. Like, I think that's the America corrective.
Yeah.
Is like, yes, we have independence and autonomy and rights. That's really important, because most other countries don't have those things still. But what we don't have is, we don't have an eye out for another person. And that's weird to me.
Yeah.
That we'll walk over trash, that we won't let someone cross the street, that we think about consumption over being generative.
Yeah.
And that leads to all kinds of ills. God, that's just a weird thing. I didn't know we were talking about that today.
That's a great point.
I agree. I mean, my hope is like that we will eventually see that it's not in our best interest to keep going in this hyper individualistic way,
Yeah. I hope so too.
That's it. So that feels like a great place to land the plane. Here's the question we have for you at the end. What is it going on with you? Anything you want to tell people about, or anything fun happening that they can check out?
Today, I am leaving here, going home, and I'm taking a son of mine to play golf this weekend.
Oh, that's where
nice.
you're
We're going down to Alabama to play one of the Robert Trent, a couple of the Robert Trent Jones courses.
That's amazing.
And it's his birthday this week, and so that'll be fun. That's really meaningful to me.
What role does golf have in your life?
We
right now?
discovered golf during COVID as a father-son activity. He's gotten pretty good at golf, so he just beats my ass in golf, which is fun for him. And I go along because I'm learning in golf as a spiritual practice. The less I care, the better my score.
Yeah.
And so I am a very competitive person. And my son will say, man, as a guy who's been a mental performance coach for all kinds of like world-class athletes, you are a head case on the golf course, Dad. Because I would just like, and that's not golf. So I'm just going to go not care and see what happens. That's today. People can come on to Alabama and watch you play golf tomorrow. I think professionally what's going on is this council leadership thing is really cool. We are really focused on being hyper-local in Middle Tennessee and helping leaders here. So if you're a leader and you want to be the best version of yourself at work and home, like, we've got a lot of different ways from like to help people, and that's exciting to me. And figuring out how I can like build an ecology. The Littlest Farm movie documentary. Do y'all know about that? The Biggest Little Farm.
I feel like I've heard that title.
Oh my gosh, you got to see The Biggest Little Farm. So these people bought. Can we land the plane here?
Yeah, let's do it.
These people bought a farm in California, and they wanted to make this like holistic organic farm like people do in California. And one of the owners of the farm was a National Geographic cinematographer. So he's like doing slow motion video of like flowers. Well, they found out if they want to do like these trees, these organic apple trees without pesticides, they need to have ground cover, like plant grass. And if they're going to do that, then you're going to get slugs. And if you're going to do that, you need to have ducks to eat the slugs.
Oh, man.
And so over the course of a few years, they built this ecology of like this whole thing that feeds itself and serves itself. And it has to be small. You can't industrialize it, and you have to be thoughtful and responsive to it, right? So when I was transitioning out of Sacheville counseling a few years ago and moving to starting this thing with leaders, I was like, I saw that documentary, and it's like, I want to build something that's small enough that it can sustain its own ecology of leadership for people, right? and that it can be responsive and can feed itself. And so over the last 8 years, it's been like, it started as this one thing, and we've added this, we've taken away this, and we've morphed it here, and we've done this. And so really trying to build a people, so it's a community of members that are invested in their own growth and development, because that's good for them to leave and go serve other people. If they're not growing themselves, they can't do what they're made to do in the world.
Wow.
So it's a people, it's a place. So we actually have a place. It's not virtual. You have a place with a fire pit and rooms and all that stuff, right? And it's a practice. That leadership is a practice that we're doing. It's another, like parenting, like being a doctor. You never really get good at it, but you have to keep practicing it because people depend on you in it. And leaders are the weird ones. The goal in life is not to become a leader, right? There's far fewer leaders than there are everybody else, right?
Yeah.
But if you are a person of authority, influence, and responsibility, you need to learn to lead yourself. You need to practice mentoring and developing other people, and you need to understand what it means to lead a system. And most of leadership theory has been around system leadership and not how do I lead myself and how do I mentor and develop other people.
Wow.
And I've been working almost the last decade of building an ecology where those three things feed on each other, with each other, and can hopefully one day become so sustaining that it's like, look what he did. And then maybe we'll start another one somewhere else, and maybe we'll start. But the goal really is just to get this thing up and going. So if someone's interested in leadership, that's great. The book, Wisdom Within, is a take on these 4 ancient archetypes of leadership that people can get on Amazon. I think it's a pretty good book. It's certainly not my best book. It's pretty good. I'm doing that. What else is going on? I've been writing a novel about this guy going through a midlife crisis.
Wow.
So I've been working on that. That's been a lot of fun. I can't get past chapter 4 because I just really like writing. Chapters 1, 2, 3. I've got it all outlined, but I'm really liking the fun part where the world falls apart. And then I wrote a treatment for a TV show.
Jeez Louise.
About there's a moment in Nashville history that is like the Grand Ole Opry was at the Ryman, and then it moved to Opryland. And what was happening in that same time was like everybody was taking pills and using coke, right? Getting drunk. All this stuff was happening. And then like in 1960, all that got illegalized. And then Nashville is like a songwriting town. And there's this whole thing about a character who was like the guy, except he was having an affair with the record label's daughter, who was like 17 at the time. He kills her in a drunk driving accident, goes to prison. And all this comes out on stage in the Grand Ole Opry. He comes back out, and he got sober in prison. And he's trying to find his way in Nashville, being sober in 1965. And we got 3 guys. A friend of mine, Neil Hoppy, and I wrote the treatment. We've had a couple of meetings, and then the meetings go away. They have another meeting. It's such a cool story of sex, drugs, and redemption.
Wow.
And the spiritual path of the 12 steps, and how music and the artistry of song, it's called songwriter, or it's called outlaw, but it's really about outlaw country music and the birth of outlaw country music and what was happening from country western to outlaw, and Waylon and Johnny and Chris Christopherson and all the drugs and all the recovery and all the Saturday night, Sunday morning activity, because that's like part of country music, is like you go to the bar on Saturday night and church on Sunday morning, and all that's part of country music, right? And so we did this deep dive on the history of like sex, drugs, and country music in Nashville, and wrote this treatment about this guy, and hoping to get that TV show like made in the next couple of years. Like, so that's what I'm doing. So if you're in like hey, CCA, I know y'all have talked to us, but if you're at William Morris and that's interested in you, if you're with Netflix and you want to go ahead and greenlight this, you can find me, and we have an agent. You can talk to our agent. That's great. But that's like been really fun for me to take this work I did in the music industry with recording artists. I'm like the greatest green room guy ever. Like, I've been in so many green rooms. I'm like, I know it's so fun to be in a green room and someone's like, who are you? I'm like, I'm the guy you'll never know, but I'm the guy everybody in the room knows but you. So we're gonna meet one day. It's like, who was that guy? Well, I can't tell you who that guy was. It's like so fun, but it's like having all those stories and go, let's put them in one character who's destroyed his life.
Yeah.
And let's intersect him with people who are trying to find their way on the way.
Oh, that's so
and
cool.
Can they make it? Can he and his wife, because he was married, and the son that she was pregnant with when he went to prison, he meets when he comes out of prison. I mean, there's like, the whole thing's a really sad country song. Like, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping to get that made. So if you know somebody who wants to fund that, cool. Like, we got the whole 3 years of stuff, all that stuff done, and we're just finding.
So that's all written.
You write what I've learned about this is you write the first script ish, then you really detail the first year. But you have to plan the next 3 seasons. You have to show them there's like a whole world here that's like you can develop, right? And so we've done all that, and now we're just like taking meetings. Yeah. So
that's amazing.
I'm open for meetings.
Okay.
When you're not playing golf with your son.
Not playing golf.
Well, thank you for being with us.
Thanks for coming.
This is fun, guys. I can't wait. 5 years from now, let's do it again.
And, well, actually 7.
Okay, 7. 7 years from now, we'll do it again, and I'll have a cane, and your kids will be graduated, and we could talk about all the stuff we should have said today.
That's right. Yeah.